Hello guys, so I've just finished cleaning up my bike after doing more than 3 hours, 3 hours of the 4 hours of ride that I did yesterday on the rain. Now, it was very dirty and now it's clean, it's shiny, it's prettier than before. So let me do an ownership review. So I've done 2,837 kilometers on this bike, and so yeah, I've passed the required 2,500 kilometers before you can get the engine to red lines. And I've ridden the bike short distance, long distance, slow, rain, different conditions, fast, really fast, and slow. And so here's my review. Now, the bike is beautiful, of course, and well, here are the things that I've put on the bike. So the bike gets dirty really fast. That's why I have this fender extender here, and that's why you also um, see that the engine does not get that dirty. A few rub there and it's good. I have a radiator guard, an Evotech fork slider. I have a Speed D Moto frame slider, which looks really well. See, it's protruding outside there. I was supposed to get the Evotech, which has a frame that goes around here to here, and then you put the frame slider here, but it was too expensive. And this is more simple, and it works. It's also cheaper, so I got that one. I have these lever guards. I have Desmo Owners sticker there, Desmo Owners Club. 10% off labor when you go to the service center. Pretty nice. A Ducati sticker there, original. It's protruding outside, see? And there's my KTM there. Oh yeah. So that's not just a sticker. It's as you see, it's protruding a bit outside. Guard. At the back, I just have this Evotech spool slider. And that's it for my accessories. Oh, DMV generic tank pad that looks really good on the Monster. As if it was made for the Monster 821. Oh, and the most expensive and most important one is this one. This is a Ducati steering damper with Olin's steering damper. Ducati, what should we call this? Steering damper bracket. And the Ducati Corsa keychain, carbon, from Ducati Jacksonville, Florida. Alright, now, the bike has a lot of torque. That's just where the Ducati engines are. That's why I placed this one, because I've had two cases of almost having a tank slap where the steering wheel would wiggle crazy upon acceleration because I was too aggressive with the acceleration, and this fixes it. I don't get it anymore. So I'm not sure if it's working, but like I've said before in my previous video, if it's the thing that's not supposed to happen is not happening anymore because I have this. So that's it. This is very important because of a lot of torque. This would wiggle, especially on the 1200, I guess. Then another thing about this bike is it vibrates a lot. So the rear, the side mirrors, this one is vibrating a lot. Not this one though, but this one is vibrating a lot, and you can't really see much from behind because when you're riding, you would see this. This is what you see. See your elbow, like that. So if you want to see what's behind you, you do this. Oh hello. Oh I can't see you. Oh, there you are. There you are. And of course it helps to just turn around and scan the place like that. That works. So that's the thing about this bike. But I've already had the recall. They did a software update on this bike, and it made the engine much smoother, but it still has the vibration. I mean, I still get the numbness on my right hand, but I just let go for 5 seconds, do this, and then start riding again. So that's good. That's no big issue. And also another thing about this bike is, well, a lot of people have complained about this, is the position of the rear footrest. So let me show you two things about this bike. This is your brake. This is my shoe. I have a size 42 Euro boot, and this is how I'm gonna be riding most of the time. So this is it. I'm going to be like this most of the time, and as you can see, the rear of my boot would always hit this. That's why I placed a thick carbon sticker to protect the metal, because it's going to keep scratching it. So that's why I have that one. And as you can see also, if I'm turning to the right, the ideal thing to do is do this, right? But as you can see, it hits the passenger foot pegs, the pillion foot pegs, and you don't want that. Well, actually, in a ride, I can't even slide. No, I need to do this, which is unnatural for a bike. So I can't do that. That's why I have a lot of hesitation going right. If you have a bigger boot, bigger feet, it's gonna be more of a problem for you. So when I'm riding, I'm pretty much just like this. And there are times when I've hit the ground with the tip of my boot because it was protruding downwards. So that can be fixed, I think, with some rear sets, but those are expensive, so I'm saving up for it and getting a rear set. I don't know when I could get that, but once I get a review of other people installing rear sets and it works, then I'm gonna buy it. Well, first I need to save for it, and then I'm gonna buy it, because if it's worth the upgrade. I'm also looking at the Monster 1200R, because it has rear sets. I'm not sure if it can fit the 821 frame, but if it can, then maybe I can get that. But if it's too expensive, then I think I'll just get Ducati bike again. Ducati bikes are really good. And also with this one, since the ball of my boot is always here and this part gets really hot, you get that on your boot. See that damage there? That's because of the heat. It had too much heat on my boot, so it has that, but no biggie. It is what it is. So no issue there. And also, this is the finish here is a bit rough. It's because when it doesn't get scratched. When it gets scratched like that, we just rub it out and it's gone. I'm not sure if you see that, but with the boot, since it's there for a long time, as you can see, the surface, I don't know what coating this is. Feels sandy, I think. It's sandy. You can see that with all the movement on my right foot, the paint is already starting to go off. So see, that's a real metal surface right there already. So I'm gonna put some carbon here, carbon sticker, same as this one, for protection. That's what I'm gonna do. Same thing with the right hand side. Issues with the bike. I've had only one issue so far. It's because these part here, I get exhaust leak. The first exhaust leak I got was when I went to a long ride to Bicol, and I think something hit this part here, which caused the whole structure to move, and there's exhaust leak here. So they fixed it. I don't know what happened. Maybe a rock hit this one. I'm sure it's not cornering, because if it was cornering, I'd hit this one, and it never. I don't know how that happened. Maybe a rock while I was riding hit this part. I don't know. I didn't drop the bike, so they saw in the service center that this was bent, so they just opened it up again and put some sealant here, as you see there, and it was okay. The second time was the same thing, but that time that was when my bike dropped a bit and there was some exhaust leak again. With the exhaust leak, I don't know, there's no loss in power, but I think the popping sound, which I love, by the way, and the exhaust disappears. So I had it resealed by them, so they put more sealant now than before. So thanks Ducati Katipunan, for the very good service. And that's it. As for the performance of the bike, since I've done more than 2,500 on it, the upper rev limit of this bike is so sweet. I mean, I don't know, I just love doing it. I've been doing a lot of second gear burst at 3-digit speeds, and it's amazing. Bike is so easy to handle. By the way, I'm 5'3", so if you're thinking, hey, that's isn't that a tall bike? Well, this is how I ride it. So the thing is, you see my left foot? Since there is not much gap here compared to here where you have this exhaust guard which hinders your right foot, the idea is your left, for a short rider, you put your left foot down. And as you can see, I'm not tiptoeing. The half of my feet is already on the ground. If I have a boot, that's gonna add a few centimeters on my reach, and I would be flat footing this on the left foot with the bike tilted a bit to the left. Not too much on the left, but just a bit to the left, and I'm already flat footing this on the left side. This one is a bit difficult because of this guard, but I cannot tiptoe. Well, I can tiptoe the bike left and right, but that's not comfortable. This is more ideal, and that is done with the stock seats on. So there's still a lower seat option. Haven't got that yet. They lowered the preload on this one to the lowest possible, and I've adjusted the seat to the lower setting. So there's an adjustment there, so that is done. The brakes are awesome. They stop the bike really well. Rear brakes also are good. The ABS has saved me a lot of times because on emergency situations where I need to brake, they also taught that in the Ducati riding experience that I had, how to use the brakes. And when you're doing 300, no, not 300, that's crazy. When you're doing 100, 120, and then suddenly on the next corner you see a wet road because of some irrigation stuff, and you need to brake. This I had to brake hard on this yesterday, and after braking hard, I was able to slow down even before I hit the water. That's how strong the brakes are. So that's really good. Handling is superb. The clutch work is a bit heavy. I'm not well. It's okay. It's okay actually. The shift is really nice. I mean, every time you do a first gear shift, it's like cocking a bolt rifle. And then, so that's really nice. And then every time, shifting is smooth. The engine is smooth for a Ducati engine. But still a lot of vibrations though. Revy, let's do a startup. Yeah, 0 to 300 in just like that, huh? So 2,837 on my bike. Exhaust sounds amazing. This is a walk around on the bike. Some DRLs, which looks really mean. Bike looks awesome. I have no regrets in getting this bike. No regrets in buying this. Right? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, you. Huh. Yeah. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Huh? Who's a good dog? Now run along. Run along. Run. 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 Oh, by the way, I got this hyper spectrum stickers, which are really bright, just for safety. They look like but they're really bright at night. So that's it. That's a review, ownership review of my my Ducati. If you're thinking of getting one, go get one. I highly recommend it, especially with the dealership support that you have from Ducati Philippines. So cheers guys, and ride safe.